Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to the channel. I have a very exciting video for you today, and that's a back to school kind of early fall inspired, not even early fall, pre-fall inspired capsule wardrobe. We're doing a 10 by 10 today, and this capsule is really inspired by transitional dressing. So you're gonna see the blending of summer and fall together, mostly either with color or silhouette, but we'll talk about that as we talk about the pieces behind me. The first part of the video, I'm going to briefly chat about the pieces that I chose. I'm also going to share with you some potential substitutions if something I've picked doesn't quite feel like you. This capsule is inspired by my own take on like what I would wear to school right now. So I have the long school days, the studying, the socializing, all of those things that you would typically do in a school day. I know that even when I was going to campus just a couple years ago, the days were long. My shoes and my clothes had to be comfortable and just not stuffy. I needed that blend of like cute but comfortable. This particular capsule is not as casual as some of my other ones. If you do like what you see here, I've previously done a 10 by 10 for back to school. I still own everything in that capsule and 100% stand by those picks. And some of those things in there, I was really tempted to put in here. You'll see a couple of them, but only one actual thing made it in the capsule. The last thing I want to say about my capsule and kind of how I chose my pieces is this like 80-20 rule that I've kind of come to live by with my own capsule creations. So what this means is that the majority of my pieces, so about 80%, need to work for at least 2 seasons. I want the majority of my clothes to be non-statement pieces, things that kind of go with everything, and then 20% be a statement. And what qualifies as a statement will definitely vary, you know, for you. So that could just be like a color or a silhouette. Some of my statement pieces are in like really classic colors, but might have like a sleeve that just only goes with specific items or is a bit more tricky to style. So that kind of item is relegated to that 20%. Now let's get into the choices. This capsule is only clothes, but I will share with you the shoes I have in mind. And when we get into the second half of the video, I'll actually style them with the shoes. I'll talk about the jackets that I would pair with it and just a couple of the accessories, which you will already see kind of on the rack behind me. The goal for this capsule was really this blending of a more elevated style. The first pick was actually just drying beside me, and it is this like cream colored t-shirt from Everlane. I'm just gonna come up close. When you look at the material, it's kind of like a heathered look. The base color is like an off-white, almost like a really white yellow or beige, and then the darker like heathered pieces are a more true beige. This is a more fitted t-shirt and looks great with everything. Very comfortable, very soft, very stretchy, and has become my favorite t-shirt that I own. The color for me really makes this more fall, and I know that once we get into winter, this guy is gonna go away for the season. Next up is this striped tee. This one is a different silhouette, and this particular t-shirt offers a lot of casual style in my opinion and can dress any outfit down, even when I'm pairing it with something that might be like a traditional dress pant. It has a boxier style, which gives it that more loose kind of casual breezy feel. I was super tempted to put this t-shirt in the capsule. It's a really beautiful green t-shirt by Frank and Oak. It was in the capsule last year, and I love green. When you look at the colors behind me, they're really cohesive, except for maybe that orange piece there. When you just look at the items here, you can really tell that the color story is black, blue, green, you know, that white or that off-white kind of color. Really cohesive, and this does go with it. It's just a little bit more of a darker iteration than what's up there. I chose not to put it in here because it was in the capsule last year, but I really wanted to have a varying of silhouettes. So if I put this one in, I really wanted 2 t-shirts. So that would either mean the stripe goes, which is like the boxier, looser, casual fit, or this goes. And this t-shirt, this color, is one of the few items in my capsule that like I think of first for the season. It's so beautiful and one of the pieces that I do get really excited about for the fall time. But the silhouette is too similar to the Everlane t-shirt that we just saw, and having two tight t-shirts just isn't the move for me. And I think that the striped tee helps to do some of that more casual grounding. So if you love a blouse, you could definitely put a blouse in your own capsule. I have this white one from Aritzia, and then I have this orange kind of statement one. They're a little bit too elevated for what I'm looking for, and I kind of need a t-shirt in my everyday capsule. So I just wanted to point these out as a potential option for you. A nice variation for me to think about putting together 10 by 10 for the fall is 2 short sleeve and 2 long sleeve. So for the short sleeve, you know, the green is a little bit more fall inspired to me, and that's how I feel with this. So the dark blue, I've actually really been having a blue moment, which is surprising for me. But this item is a fall staple for me. Screams fall. It has a little bit of a dark and moodier color, has the longer sleeves, so just a more fall winter appropriate silhouette. But this one is a looser style, so while it does a little bit more than a t-shirt, it keeps things a little bit more casual with a bit more of a boxier or looser style fit. And then I have kind of the opposite vibe going on with this shirt. This is a long sleeve shirt, keeping the summer vibes with the white, but also the eyelet detailing on the sleeves. It will give you a nice breeze through the arm. This can be worn alone without a sweater because it has that longer sleeve. I did test it with all of the topper pieces that I have, and it works fine with all of them. So I think the 2 long sleeve picks are good balancing each other out. And this isn't like totally elevated, but looks a little chic. If you're looking for more of an elevated style, you could have picked a top like this. This top here is one of those more like fine knit tops. It's really thin and great for transitional dressing. Putting a top like this in has to be done really carefully if I want to balance out that casual and elevated look. So I opted to not put this in, but if you have a more elevated style, you could grab something in a really fall color. I have some like mustard tones and brown tones that really scream fall to me. They're just a little too much for this early on in the season, but definitely an option if you do have the elevated look. In terms of pants, I've done something kind of different for me. First pick though is standard. It's a straight leg jean. This pant helps to ground any of the tops to feel more casual, but you can obviously dress it up with a shoe. I have a great loafer that kind of helps me feel a bit more put together, and then the denim color is more spring summer to me. I also have a really beautiful linen pant. It has a cuff at the bottom and then a drawstring waist. Again, a beautiful blue color. I really don't mind blue, like the blue on blue together. Maybe not like this top, but the striped blue top. I tried it with these pants. I think it looks fine, but definitely not everybody's cup of tea. This pant is exactly the kind of pant I love in my life. Something that's not a jean, but super comfortable, like you see with the drawstring waist, and something that is really versatile. This feels a little fancier than the jeans that are in the capsule, or a pair of jeans that I really like to wear. The blue makes me kind of feel like I'm wearing a jean, but I get a different feeling, structure, and silhouette. The blue does kind of make it feel, to me at least, a little bit more fall, but then you have the silhouette and then the fabric, the linen, that is still kind of traditional summer. A navy blue pant doesn't inherently mean fall, but when I'm pairing it with thinking about more traditional summer items, it kind of gets me feeling that way because of its more of a moody kind of color. Okay, I've done something here that could be controversial. I have a brown paper bag style pant here. It has like a bow detail at the top. You'll see these pants in action when I style them. The brown coffee color, like high fall. That's just the color that makes me just know that it's fall. This and kind of rust. This helps me really ground things in fall, but also it's really an elevated piece. That's why having some of the t-shirts in here were so important, so I could make sure to casualify or make these kinds of pants more casual. A couple of alternatives here. The first would be a chino. This is the Everlane one. It has the, you know, the stretchy waist. The material is super light, and then a similar color to those pants I just showed. So these could be good if you're looking for that kind of khaki or brown color. This is just a way more casual piece that you could throw in. If some of my picks feel a little not up your alley, maybe a little bit more elevated than you want, and you just kind of really want, or you're just a jeans lover, just throw in a couple of jeans. You could just do 3 pairs of jeans. I got a black one here. They're, to me, the most versatile pair of jeans. I really didn't want to do that because when I have the same silhouette, even in different colors, I can tend to just feel like I'm wearing the same outfit over and over again when I'm not. And all of my jeans, except for the ones that you've seen here, are from the same brand in the same style. So I was really trying to avoid that. But if you have different silhouettes of jeans and you're good with that, or you just love a jean, be true to yourself and just put in some jeans. You could do a skirt. I've done a floral skirt in the past. I'll put in my short in the cards to give you some ideas on how I style that. Used it last year. But one thing that I really had to come to terms with, and I slowly have, is that in the fall and winter I don't wear skirts no matter how cute they are. So no skirts are going in here, but totally an option for you if you love a skirt. Last option, these are a white like a wide leg Everlane pant. These have been in at least the last 2 capsules. Really beautiful pant, and they're very comfortable. Like, they feel like a jean. I don't own anything else like this, and they're versatile because they're white. This is too high risk for me when I'm actually trying to do a really curated 10 by 10. I'm kind of just a little nervous about overly relying on a white pair of pants, and I'm kind of nervous about spilling on it. Either way, the white really feels summer to me. But if a wide leg crop is in your style, please put it in. Or if you have a pant in a fun material like a velvet or a corduroy, you could totally put that in too. So let's just talk about the outerwear and shoes before we get into the outfit. I have 2 outerwear pieces that are really perfect for this time of year for me. Some people use the biker jacket like an everyday outerwear piece. I'm not that person, but if you are, totally do that instead of these. I have this utility jacket, staple in my house, for transitional dressing, fall and spring. And then for the other piece, I have this denim jacket. For the toppers, I kept the picks kind of simple. This is a white long sleeve hoodie. It's fairly thin, so it continues that casual summer vibe. I also put in a cardigan, which is just really great for transitional dressing when keeping the cardigan open is just the thing to do because it might be too hot with like a traditional hoodie. Great fall color for me, and this is a really staple item. The last item is this long black cardigan. It's really lightweight, and the color, more moody like I said, but it's a really lightweight silhouette, so it won't be too heavy or bulky either. I really wanted a long cardigan because what I've also found in the past, and hold on, when I've included an item like this is a lightweight black sweater, goes with everything. It's something I considered for this capsule. When I put in a piece like this and I have the other 2 shorter pieces, it makes the silhouettes look really similar even if the fabric and cuts are different. So the long cardigan helps create alternative silhouettes. If you have some knits that you're really excited to break out, totally do. This is one from H&M. I've had this for a few years. A total staple for me. It's not super heavy, so it works for this time of year, but also the color kind of keeps it a little bit more light and more transitional than if this, let's say, was a black. The black would just be too heavy in this silhouette, this style, and this kind of fabric. On to shoes. The first is a pair of Converse. These are very old, very classic shoe that a lot of people own. These really help keep my style more casual. You've seen a lot of the same shoes around here recently, so I wanted to show you some alternatives. I also love a loafer at this time of year. I think that they are a super classy shoe. They help keep things a little bit more elevated, but to me these don't quite feel as formal as a ballet flat. These are just like a cool girl shoe in my opinion. I did consider a boot. These are the ones I considered. I think a brown boot is really appropriate for fall and feels less heavy than a black boot. They were just a little too much for me right now. I think it would go with a lot of what I picked, but I wasn't quite ready for a fall boot. If you are, very much put them in. Last up is just a quick note on accessories. I'm a really practical person in a lot of respects, and I wear a backpack to school. Did this as an undergrad and a grad student. My backpack is right there. I bought a smaller backpack a couple of years ago just because I was overloading my backpack with books, and then I was having some really intense back problems. So I forced myself to downsize. There are a lot of cute backpacks out there. This one is perhaps not the most cutest backpack on the market. I would rather have something less cute to avoid the back pain. On that note, I think it's very tempting to use a purse, maybe one just like this, as your main like tote or bag for school. There's different kinds of people out there, and this is just not for me. Like I just said, it's not practical because it creates a lot of shoulder pain, a lot of tension and weight on one shoulder, opposed to dispersing the weight across both. So I would avoid the purse and go with the backpack. Now let's get into the outfits.